Okay, I'm going to put together a few videos on drawing the wall or excuse me, not the wall section, the elevations, since we're not having class this evening, and we'll get worked through at least how to get the building done. We'll probably cover hatching and annotations next week in class when I have a chance to discuss a lot of the other things that go along with that. So we're going to start, and I do not have my textbook with me, so I may not follow the steps in the text as they're given exactly, but we'll work through it. Okay, so you're going to start with your architectural blank drawing file, and come on, AutoCAD is like going seriously slow with me here. Um, okay, so we're going to bring in our wall section to start with as an X reference. So on my keyboard, I'll type XREF. That's just the easiest way to get to it, or in my opinion, it is. And I want to attach a drawing file and navigate to wherever your files are saved at and bring in your wall section. And we want to scale 1 to 1. I'm just going to insert it at 0, 0 as an attachment. Okay. And as you see, mine has 2 different wall sections in it. So just to make things easy for you, um, let's see. I want to let me click it here and bring up my menu. I want to clip out. Let's see if I remember. Oh, wrong way. Come on. So I'm gonna trim out the one that I don't need, so that I've got there. So there's my wall section. Okay. Now I want to put in a few elevation lines, and I'm going to be referring back and forth to one that I kind of had worked on to start with. Let's see, what layer did it? 8 elevation lines. Okay. So what I did is I put in, I want one for my finished floor level, okay, because I will need that, and my finished ceiling level. All right, and then we're going to end up with some construction lines down here for other things too, but we'll deal with those in just a moment. So let's get back over to here. I'm going to work on my 0 layer for my construction lines, and I probably should change my color. Let's do that. I'm going to change my color over to a white background. That'll make it easier for you to see. Uh, display colors. Okay, that'll be a little easier for you to see, I think there. So I'm on my 0 layer, put in a horizontal X line, and I'm going to need my footing. And let's see. We'll wait and work with that in a minute. So that's where my footing is going to go. Okay. Now I need my floor plan as an X reference. So I want to attach my floor plan final. Okay. Insertion point specified on screen, because I want it to be up above my roof there and over kind of to the side a little bit. All right. And so now I need to project down a some walls. Well, I tell you what, before I do that one, I need let me move that. up here out of my way. And let me bring in my basement plan because that has my footings. And I'm not going to be able to line those up like this. So I'm going to bring that down here and I'm going to pop it right there. Okay. So now let's put in some vertical construction lines. And I'm going to go outside of footing, outside of wall, and I'm going to need them at everywhere. You just got to watch your object snaps on these things. Okay, so there's my, I just got to remember the outside lines are the footings. And I guess I could trim against those so that that one's a wall. This one's a wall. That's a wall, and that's a wall. Okay, so now you can see my footing lines extend down below there. So I can switch back over to my elevation foundation. And then let's put in the footings. Okay. And now my I need my foundation walls. So we need a height on that. So I'm going to need an X line right there. So I'm going to copy one of these up to the top of there. And now I can, still my foundation level. So I will draw that line. And I'm just going to copy that. On top of my my walls. And let me turn off that zero layer. Okay, so that's looking good. Let me look back on my reference here. And we really don't need a top to that going across there because our actual elevation drawing itself is going to pop onto there. Um, okay, so that's got my foundation in. Now let's put in the bottom of the house, and we didn't draw siding on our wall section, uh, but we'll make the assumption it's going to hit right across the top of that. It could come down an inch or so lower. Um, for our purposes, we'll put it across there. We can bring it down a couple of inches. That'd be fine too. Just go back to my zero layer, turn that back on. And da, 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 da. Yeah, we'll do an offset. We'll say 1 inch. Oh, that did 1 foot. So that bottom one is going to be the edge of my, excuse me, the bottom edge of my house. So I got to look back and see what layer I'm working on here. Let's see. A elevation outline. Okay. Okay. Now, just to kind of clean things up a little bit, make it easier to see, I'm going to go ahead and take out some of these construction lines. And I'm going to take that bottom one out also. Okay. So I've got my basement stuff there. I'm going to move it up out of the way. I'm constrained. And I want to be sure and select where it crosses that line. I'm going to move it way up here out of the way. And now I want to move this one down. And I also want to get it lined back up. So I want to, come on, snap. I want to make sure it's on that line. Yeah, okay. And so now I can start projecting in uh, my actual walls. How long's my video's gone? 12 minutes. I'm going to pause the video and then I'll pick back up again in a minute.